Morning, Zoe.
Morning, Mr. Wyatt.
Morning, Zoe.
Morning, Mrs. Block.
Morning.
Morning. I'll come up with you.
Hey, stop it. The lift's going to open in a moment. Look, I've got a headache.
I'm glad you didn't say that last night.
Good morning, Mrs. Block.
Yes, it is, isn't it, Sandra?
The board meeting was supposed to start 10 minutes ago. They're all waiting for you.
Thank you. Sorry to call a meeting at such short notice. Thank you all for coming now, especially Councillor North. I know you're very busy. There's only one item on the agenda this morning. As you all know, Mr. Tatani's withdrawn his guarantee of our loans to the club.
Oh, I hope I'm not being painted as the villain here. I can hardly be expected to bankroll a club in which I have little say, can I?
We have to come up with some other kind of security, or at least some other way of paying our debts off. I've tried putting the Barons up for security, but for reasons I think you'll all understand, it's pretty hard to get a decent valuation for the houses at the moment.
So?
So, I'm left with very little choice. We own the freehold to the Dragon's Lair. I've been told it'll fetch 20 million. I plan to sell it, then secure a 100-year lease on the ground.
Mrs. Block, that's ridiculous.
It's the best way forward for this club. This way we can pay off some of the debts I inherited from my husband and invest further in the team.
That's like selling off the family silver.
You'll be lucky to make 20 million. It's edge of town, hardly prime land. And anyway, once you've raised this capital and spent it, what exactly will Harchester United have in the way of assets?
Stability. And we'll be free of crippling interest payments.
Yeah, and it'll be free of anything to stake its future on. It's a short-term fix, Linda. English football is littered with clubs who've cashed in their assets and spent too much too soon.
Excuse me, gentlemen, just a moment. What?
She's lost the plot. She'll have a nervous breakdown if she goes on like this.
Sorry about that. Right. I suggest that we take a vote on my proposal. All those in favour of mortgaging the ground, please raise your hands.
We can sit here as long as you like, Linda, but I don't think anyone's going to put their hand up.
In which case you leave me very little option. You're all sat.
What? I beg your pardon?
You heard me. I said you're all sat.
You can't do that.
Oh, I think I just have. You're not the only one who knows how to invoke the articles of this company, Presh. Now, let me see. Under Article 288A of the Companies Act, the major shareholder has the right to serve forms of each member to dissolve the board of directors.
How do you think the fans will react to that?
Oh, quite well, I think. They always seem to be chanting, sack the board, don't they?
Well, what about the bank? They won't stand for this. I mean, you still need to have a properly constituted board.
And I will. I only need 2 directors. And I still think there are enough people who understand what I'm trying to do with this club. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I think that concludes our business for today and for the foreseeable future. Monday, wait 5 minutes, would you?
Mrs. Block,
It won't take long. Coming in.
The chairwoman's here, lads.
Are you all right? You got all too well?
Not really, I've just sacked the board.
What?
I'll tell you later. Can I have everyone's attention, please? I've got good news for those of you who live at the Barons. It's all been declared safe and you can move back in there this afternoon.
Well, it's a good afternoon in front of the racing then, I think.
So what's happened about this gas scare?
Everything's fine. The council have given it the all clear. These show that the methane levels are safe.
I'm sorry, we need an independent report. I think we're entitled to a second opinion.
That was an independent report. Look, you can tell Lizzie everything's fine, all right?
It's all a bit convenient, isn't it?
Sorry, Jamie.
I said that's all a bit convenient, isn't it?
Listen, I'm going to have them tested for you every month. I'm not paying for your hotel suite one more night, all right?
All right. Can I have a word?
Look, Fletch, I'm really busy. Not today, OK?
Linda! Look, don't blank me. I want what's due to me.
Okay, what are you talking about?
I'm the leading goal scorer at this club, right? If someone comes in, I should be on the same money as them.
That's not how it works here, Fletcher, and you know it.
I thought it said in my contract that I would be the highest paid player.
That was then. This is now. And anyway, you should be grateful. We rescued you from a nightmare in Mallorca.
Yeah, and I rescued this club from relegation.
And we paid you accordingly. Now, you've made your bed, Fletch, lie in it.
Yeah, maybe I might go and find myself another bed. It's a player's market these days.
Oh, for once in your life, Fletch, stop being so selfish and think about the club for a change.
Well, it weren't me. I never touched her.
What happened?
I think you fainted, Mrs. Block.
Really? I just felt a bit dizzy. I'm worried.
I think you need to see a doctor. Sandra, will you phone Linda's doctor? Tell her we're on our way.
Really, there's no need.
Oh, yes, there is. Come on.
My contract?
I think we're making a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, I had a dizzy spell, that's all.
I see. Have you been under a lot of stress lately?
Lately. Do you know much about football clubs?
Palpitations?
Sometimes. It's been a nervous time for Harchester.
And are you eating properly?
Well, yeah, usually. I mean, I go through bouts of eating well and then losing my appetite.
Are you feeling lethargic?
Just tired every now and again. I have had a lot on my plate.
I'd like to do a few tests, you know. Blood pressure, blood test, that sort of thing.
Will it take long?
5 minutes, and I'll have the results for you in a day or so. It could be a virus of some sort, or it could be stress-related. You might have to change your lifestyle.
There's not much chance of that.
Oh, and you'll need this.
Well, what's she say?
She thinks I might have a virus or something.
Well, you've been under a lot of pressure. Come on, I'll set you up.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm far too busy. Take me back to the club.
Linda.
Ray, just do it.
I want to buy you some lunch.
It's too late for lunch.
You've got to eat. That's probably why you passed out in the first place. You're not taking care of yourself, are you? So when you let me?
Look, it's gone 3. They're not going to serve us.
Yeah, they will. Afternoon. Sir. You'll have a table for the chairman of Harchester United, won't you?
Certainly behind you this way, please.
Thank you.
What have we got here, Presh? More plotting.
Mrs. Block, please.
I'm surprised at you, Councillor.
Come on, Linda.
There. I told you. The woman's unbalanced. It's all too much for her.
Look, this is a bad idea. I'm not even hungry. Can't we just go home?
Don't let him intimidate you.
Ray, there is something you could do for me.
What's that?
Well, I need to come up with 2 new directors of the club. I want you to be one of them.
Me? Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. Managers are always saying that they don't have enough say in the running of the club.
That's true.
And you always reckon directors know nothing about football.
You're not wrong there, either.
So, this is your chance to put it right. You could be the link between the players and me.
That could put me in an embarrassing position, you know, with...
What? Us sleeping together? I hope we're professional enough to keep that separate. Anyway, what better way of us working together?
I don't know. I might end up losing the trust of the players. They might start worrying what they say in front of me, and I can't have that. I'll have to think about it.
Well, you've got 14 days.
Do you want me to come in?
Do you mind if you don't tonight? It's just I'm a bit tired.
Look, if you want someone to talk to, I'm here for you, you know.
For how long?
Oh, Linda, come in, sit down. And don't look so worried. It's not always bad news when doctors ask you to come in straight away.
What does it mean, then?
You're pregnant.
Oh, there must be some mistake.
I'm afraid not. The tests were conclusive. You must have had some idea. You must have missed a period.
I just thought it was stress. I mean, been under a lot of strain lately.
Well, when I was treating you a couple of years ago when you were with Jerry, you would have been delighted. You were desperate to have a baby.
Yeah, well, things have changed. I mean, it would be impossible for me to have a baby right now. I've got a very demanding job, and I just haven't got the time to devote to being a parent. The club's facing a rough time, and anyway, the father's married. He's got a baby of his own. He wouldn't want this one. I don't know what to do. I can't see if there's any way I can keep it.
Look, obviously you need time to let this sink in. You can't be more than 6 weeks pregnant. We really have plenty of time to make a decision. Why don't you think about it for a day or two and then come back and see me again?
Okay. Thank you.
What's so important? You couldn't wait till after training?
Sit down, Ray. I'm pregnant.
Pregnant? How?
Now just think. We didn't use anything, did we?
I thought you said you couldn't get pregnant.
I thought I couldn't get pregnant. I've been trying for years. Ray, what are we gonna do?
I think it's more a case of what you're going to do about it. I mean, what we're going to do about it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, well, the situation's changed, yeah? Can I call you back? Thanks.
But we need to talk.
Ray, I don't really think there's much to talk about. Could have an abortion, and that's that.
It's a bit sudden, isn't it? You sure that's what you want?
It's what you want, isn't it?
We need to think about all the consequences.
Such as?
Well, not just for us, for the club as well.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's all pressure needs to take the club from me, but more importantly, what about William and Kitty? I mean, what are you going to do, Ray? Leave them?
I don't know.
Thanks a lot.
Look, I do love you, you know.
Yeah. Maybe. But you love Kitty and William as well, don't you? Don't you?
Yes.
Then I have to decide if I can take care of a baby all by myself. If you're not going to be with me, that is. And if you are, I have to think of the consequences of taking you away from your wife and son.
It's your decision. I'll go along with whatever you decide.
It's not that simple, Ray, is it? Look, this isn't going to work. I have to have an abortion, and that's that.
Ray, the Sky crew are here.
What?
Say they're doing an interview with you.
I forgot all about it. Tell them I can't do it.
No, you have to do it, Ray. The club needs all the good publicity it can get at the moment. How quickly can I have a termination?
I could have you in a clinic by this time tomorrow if that's what you wanted. But are you really sure? A while back, all you wanted was a baby.
Please, don't, Sheila. The father's somebody I have to work with every day. His wife's a good friend of mine. How can I walk around pregnant with his child in front of them both?
That is a problem, but...
Listen, if he refused to acknowledge the baby, I know I'd end up hating him for it. And if he told his wife, it'd wreck their marriage. I can't do that. I'd ruin too many lives by keeping this baby.
Are you really sure that you've thought it through?
Yes.
It seems to me the reasons for aborting it are because of the effects that it'll have on other people. I really think you should consider the effect that it'll have on you. Do you want this baby?
No. No, I really don't want this baby.
Siobhan! You all right? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Mrs. Block.
Well, you don't look it. Come on, come back to mine and we'll talk about it. Get in. There you go. So, how are you settling in over here, then?
Okay, I suppose. It's different from home.
You've not been to England before?
I was here for a week a couple of years ago.
Oh, holiday?
I'd hardly call it that.
Job, then?
No. Actually, I came for medical reasons.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
No. Yeah. I had an abortion.
An abortion?
It seemed like the right thing to do at the time. He was unemployed. I didn't love him anyway.
Why did you come over to England? I mean, you could have had it done in Belfast.
Not in my community. I'm a Catholic. The shame of it would have been too much for my mum and dad if it had got out.
Do you regret it?
Not really. I suppose I justify it by saying that it wouldn't have been fair on the child being brought up by a single parent. Though if I'd had the money, it might have made a difference. I can try again when the time is right. And then I can provide for them properly. Can't I?
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
In a way, I'm glad it happened when I was so young. If I was older and I felt like time was slipping away, I don't know what I would have done. You do wonder, though.
Wonder what?
The baby would have been 2 now. Toddling, saying a few words. Wonder what it might have looked like, sounded like. It's said that children are a gift, and you should accept a gift.
Listen, you're welcome here anytime, okay?
Seems I've lots of places to stay apart from my own house, doesn't it? Anyway, I better get back there and see what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, you go on. I'll let myself out.
All right. See you later.
Hello, this is Linda Block. I can't take your call at the moment, but if you'd like to leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
It's me. Look, I meant what I said, Linda. Don't rush into anything. Don't do anything you're going to regret. You said you didn't want to ruin my life. Don't let me ruin yours. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Take care.